Hello students, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the biology topic presentation. We'll talk about this in class as well, but I want you to be able to start thinking about when you can put time and effort into this. Okay, so here we are in our Canvas site. I've now published this assignment right here. Okay, so the points, 66 points, roughly 3 labs. 26 of these points are going towards an oral presentation, 40 to a paper. So let's take a look. So you're going to choose one peer-reviewed scientific journal article. You read that article, and then you're going to tell us about it. There is a very prescriptive structure to this. This is a 5-paragraph essay, so if you follow the prescription, you should have plenty to write about. So you can choose any topic related to the lab concepts we've already covered or the ones that we will cover that you can foreshadow for yourself by looking at the syllabus. So you'll go to the library and you will find an article. We'll run through this in class. I'm sure you have all done that at least once. Then you're going to answer these 10 questions. Okay, so as you're reading the article, it would be helpful if you had these questions on hand and you just took notes on the answers to these questions. If you did that, you would have all the information for your paper, put it together, introduction and conclusion. You can write those last, so you have all the body. The body are these 10 bullet points. And then the introduction is what are you going to talk about? And then in the conclusion, you reiterate what you talked about and potentially talk about ideas for future research or lingering questions that were raised by the reading of the article. Then you come into class and you digest that whole thing into a presentation. Now, you're going to have to give the presentation before the drop dead final deadline for the paper, which is December 13th at 5 p.m. You will have to do the presentation first. So the plan of attack for the work should be that you find the article very soon. Well, let me step back. Step 1 will be to pick a date. Pick your deadline, right? And we'll do that in class. And then you will pick your topic, and then you will answer those 10 questions by reading and taking notes. That's as far as you have to get with the research part of this assignment before doing the oral presentation, because the presentation itself is an outline form of that paper, but it is not the paper. You do not have to give a PowerPoint presentation. You do not have to do anything in particular in terms of preparing your oral presentation visuals. Let me go down here to the rubric. But you have to use some visual aids, okay? So you could write on the board, you could hand out a paper that goes, 1 per lab bench or 2 per student or 2 students per page. I can help you print those out. You have to really present visually the terms related to your article, so linking it back to all the learning we've done in the class. I expect you to field questions about the topic that you've chosen, and you have to ask questions as well as audience members. So right here in this one assignment, you can see all of the critical information about this topic. Not a big deal. Usually very fun to learn what students are interested in, and be prepared this week to come to class and know which date is going to work best for you. So let's just go there real quick. The sign-up sheet, you can take a look at it. We will fill it out in class, but 5 students can sign up per day, 3 students in section 4. And you can see that we've got a couple of weeks. We'll just let Halloween happen. You have a couple weeks to prepare yourself. And then we're going to go right at it. I didn't talk about this early because I didn't want it to meddle with your mind during midterms. But I think we're getting past midterms and we'll absolutely be past them by the beginning of November. So we have 5 dates, 3 before Thanksgiving, 2 after. So when you're looking at your schedule, where are your other assignments? Figure this out for yourself based around the other work that you have. Obviously, if you do it on November 7th, in theory, you could also submit your paper on November 7th or on the 14th or on the 21st. Whenever you get the oral presentation done, if you put your mind to also submitting the paper, then you're done. You don't have to do this at the end of the semester. You just make time for it now. That would be an excellent way to handle it. A mature student would consider my advice. So again, these documents are here for you to look at. We will go through this all in class. I just wanted to throw it out there before we got there, so your mind would be prepared. And then, of course, I've published these documents, and let me know if you have any questions.